All right, welcome everybody. Hope you guys all had an awesome Memorial Day. Tell me something good. What did you guys do this weekend? Anything fun? I know you worked. You always work.
Two open houses.
Two open houses. Love it. Yeah. Anyone else? No. All right, let's go on, Dana. All right, make sure you're TPC compliant. We get fined if we're making cold calls to people that aren't or on the do not call list. I know you guys do that already. Next slide. All right. Love Kobe Bryant. What does this say here? It's the one thing you can control. You are responsible for how people remember you or don't. So don't take it lightly. Kobe. What does that mean to you guys? Make a good first impression. Yep. You are responsible for how people remember you or don't. So don't take it lightly. What else? Integrity. Yeah. Do the right thing. Yep. What else? It kind of reminds me of
John, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
It kind of reminds me of like there's like a Maya Angelou quote too, where it's like people don't remember like what you said to them or about how you made them feel, kind of thing. So it's like, make people feel important, make people feel heard. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I was just going to say is that it's not even just the things that we say, it's the way we present ourselves and the way that we look. I mean, if somebody walks into your open house and you're wearing flip-flops and shorts, are we conveying what we want them to know about us as a professional in the business? And so I think that those first impressions really do matter because we don't get a chance to take those back, and people, especially in our line of work, are judging us the second that they see us.
That's totally right. Yep. Anyone else have anything they want to add? Anyone online? No. Hearing none. All right, onward. We're Dana. Oh, we did this. Tell us something good. Who else has something good to tell us? Grant. Hell yeah. Awesome. Oh, that's fun. Awesome. Yeah, Grant was in Nashville visiting his nephews. You hit Broadway too? No? Yeah. Anyone else?
Well, I'm knee deep in graduations. My youngest graduated from high school on Friday, and then my middle daughter graduates from college tomorrow. So, which is why I'm not physically there too.
Yeah. Fun times in their lives. That's awesome. Cool. All right, onward. Wants and needs. Anyone have any buyers they desperately need a house for, or listings coming up they want to share? No. Land for sale. Tell us about it. R1. Uh-huh. In what city? Or in LA? Yeah, what part? Got some land for sale. How much is it? 80,000 for 3,600 square foot lot, R1 lot. That's great. Anyone else have listings coming up? Wants or needs? Anyone online have anything on Zoom?
Well, yeah, it's Maureen. Hi.
Hi, Maureen.
A lease in Long Beach is going to be 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's 555 Main and 3,000 a month. So if you know anybody that's looking, it's downtown Long Beach, has a pool. It's a gated, so it's a lot of security, and there's 3 parking spaces for the tenants.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, which is really great. And because parking's really bad there.
Yep, Long Beach is tough.
Yeah, so anyway, that'll be coming up this week or the end of the week. So
all right. It looks like Agnes has one as well. Congratulations, Agnes. It's 9729 Cedar Street in Bellflower, a condo at 709, and it's coming soon right now and should be active Friday. So, yeah.
I'm looking for a rental in PV up to 7,000 with at least 3 bedrooms and in a good condition.
In good condition. Okay.
Can you repeat it for me?
Yeah. So if anyone has, Zoltan has a client that needs a rental in PV up to $7,000 a month in good condition. Any bedroom, bathroom requirements or anything?
3 beds.
3 beds or more. So connect with Zoltan if you guys have something like that coming up. Anyone else? Oh, Lori's got one. Lori has I think that's PV Shores, 2275 West 25th Street, unit number 101 in San Pedro. It is $659 they're asking for, and no tax space rent is $2,400 a month. Congrats, Lori, on the listing. If you guys are familiar with that community, it's a great 55 and up community with a golf course and pickleball and pool, and it's right there on the ocean. It's beautiful. So if you have senior clients looking to maybe downsize or, just someone in their 50s that wants a really cool community to be in on the ocean, you should go check that out.
John,
Yeah.
I'd like to just add that there's a 3D on the MLS listing that shows the property. The only drawback that happened was it was June gloom, and you can't see that. You can actually see Catalina and the ocean from the living room and dining room. And on the back deck, you have a ocean view as well, with a wraparound deck that has nobody behind you, nobody above you. It's a very private location, and it's fabulous.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, that community is
It's
awesome.
beautiful. It's beautiful, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you, Maureen.
You're welcome. And I live there too, so you guys, whoever you have, I'll be there.
Yeah,
The
and
neighbors are
the
awesome.
community house is all redone, with a media room. There's pickleball, there's tennis, the golf. I now am an avid golfer and golf almost every night, and it's free. It's included in your space rent, all the amenities. So it's really quite an extraordinary place to live.
Yeah, go check it out. It's awesome. If you have a client that's looking for like a condo or something in San Pedro or Torrance, it's kind of the same price point in there, and you get a lot more bang for your buck. So
you just want to make sure they're over 55, at least
yes.
one.
Awesome. Anyone else have anything? No. All right.
Hey, John, really quick, not a coming
Yeah.
soon. Well, actually, it is kind of a coming soon. One of the things that we're going to be launching really soon, it's funny because we were just talking about this at the ALC meeting, but Keller Williams in Command, within probably the next couple of weeks, is going to be launching a new feature that's going to allow us to put our coming soon listings into Command and not just be able to share with our market center, because we can already do that. But we're going to be able to share that with every Keller Williams associate worldwide. So if you have coming soon listings that you want to kind of get marketed to other KW agents prior to getting on the MLS, within the next few weeks, we're going to be able to do that.
Awesome. Love it. All right, next slide. All right, broker caravan today. It looks like we got a couple from our office up there. Steven's got one on PV Drive West, so go visit him. And then Schwartz has got one on Birchfield, right over there by Silver Spur Elementary. So yeah, so go support those guys. All right, we got a guest speaker today. We got Lauren McCarroll from Zoom Casa. I've actually used this company, or not used them, but I've presented to clients before. They're awesome. Is Lauren on the Zoom? Yes. All right, Lauren, take it away.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm just going to quickly share my screen and get into our KW Concierge program.
Go for it.
Okay, as that's loading, again, as I mentioned, my name is Lauren McCarroll, and I am your designated account executive for the KW Concierge Program. So I know that someone just mentioned that they are familiar with it, but if you aren't, that's okay. We currently have two programs, the first being pre-sale home prep. So when you think about pre-sale home prep, we're thinking about any renovations or improvements to the property that's on the market, either prior to being listed or even while it's on the market, that would directly increase the value. So we're talking as minimal as staging, decluttering, deep cleaning, painting, both interior and exterior. Our goal is to cover those costs up front, manage the work, and then we'll be reimbursed at the closing of escrow with our fees so that you nor your sellers have to worry about that additional stress. And a little bit about how you get the process started. Once you have the signed listing agreement, you can go ahead and submit it via our online form. It's going to
Hey,
go.
Lauren,
Yes,
your screen's not shared with us.
at all. I've just been talking and talking and you can't see my screen.
That's it, sorry. Yeah, stop share.
I can see it.
There
Yeah,
you,
and at home we were able to see it. She shared it on
Oh.
Zoom.
Oh.
for some reason here, we couldn't.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. Let's try again.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Can you see it now?
It's popping up.
Yeah.
It's on.
There we go.
For everybody?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
got, thanks, Lauren.
Just going back, I was just covering the scope of work and what we do for pre-sale home prep. And then now we're just getting into how we get the process started. So you didn't miss too much in terms of the deck, but you submit the details online via our portal. It's going to go through a brief underwriting process where we'll pull title just to make sure the seller is going to qualify for the pay upon closing option. And as long as they do, it's going to be assigned to a project manager who will contact you directly. So they're going to discuss the scope of work, timelines. If you have your preferred vendors, we can work with them as long as they're licensed and insured. Or if you need our vendors that are vetted and insured, we can use them as well. But once we get the bids from the vendors, they present a proposal to your seller. It's going to be completely itemized with the service and the final cost. So the seller controls all of the scope of work and the budget, and they have to sign off on everything before work can get started. And so this is just what you would see when you are ready to submit a project. You would go to zoomcasa.com/new-listing. And as you can see, it's just information about the property. Your contact information is on the bottom. I had to crop that out, but that's easy breezy, 30 seconds, and that gets the process started. So I do have some past KW Concierge before and after success stories. This is pre-sale home prep in Torrance. This is the same house. It's just we updated the bedroom, kind of brightened it up. And then when we have to do extensive renovations, we can absolutely do that as well. So as long as the sellers have the equity to qualify and they can cover repaying us at the closing of escrow, I mean, the world is our oyster. We can pretty much do it all. Now it's a lot easier to do these renovations when the sellers are out of the property, which leads me to my next program, which is our Cash Offer Plus. So this was formerly known as the Forward Program, and it's designed to do a few things. One, it's going to enable your sellers to buy before they sell. So they're going to be able to make a non-contingent offer on the new purchase, close on that new purchase, all before their current home sells on the open market. And that gives them certainty, which, as we know, most sellers are looking for these days. Next, they're able to be out of the process through the traditional sale process. So they're out of the home through any renovations, open houses, showings, etc. And last but not least, we're able to clear their existing mortgage so that they can be qualified for the new loan on the new purchase. So a few properties that are a good fit for Cash Offer Plus, because admittedly, it's not going to be the best fit for most of your listings, but stale listings, estate sales, pre-foreclosures, dated properties, sellers who are moving out of state and they know that their current home is going to sell quicker, then they're able to purchase the new home, and that will leave them with that gap of uncertainty. That's a good fit for Cash Offer Plus. And last but not least, which we've seen happen quite often lately, is the sellers have had a buyer for the departing residents, and at the last minute, the buyer couldn't perform. So now they're at risk of losing the new purchase. We were able to come in and serve as a guaranteed cash buyer. So a bit about the process with Cash Buyer Plus. We purchased the property in 2 transactions. First, for up to 70% of the appraised value. So we do an appraisal. They get that 70% minus any existing mortgage payoff and closing costs. And then also, if we're doing renovations, we hold what's called a renovation reserve, but then they net the rest. So at that point, depending on their equity, they have a substantial down payment on the new purchase, and they're able to secure their financing and move on. At that point, we'll either immediately put the property on the market with you representing us, or if it needs some work now that it's vacant, we'll come in, bring in our vendors, do the necessary renovations, manage the work, and then relist the property with you. Either way, once it sells on the open market, that's when the sellers get the remaining proceeds, plus the upside minus the costs. And so this is a preliminary proposal, kind of an example of what you would receive after you submit a property for Cash Offer Plus. So let's say the property has appraised for $1 million. They have an outstanding mortgage payoff of $300,000. We're gonna unlock 65%. They get $650,000 minus the mortgage payoff and closing costs, and then they net the rest. So $340,000, they have enough to move on to the new purchase. With this one, we took we did the renovations from the resale transaction, but traditionally now we will take them from that first transaction. But the property sells for $1.1 million after the agent's commissions and closing costs are deducted. We also have our fees, which is a base of 4.99% of the final sale price, along with our carrying costs. And then we're reimbursed for the work we've done. We just wired the seller that remaining $300,000, and they're settled happily in their new purchase. So we've also had a bit of some really successful, actually, KW Concierge Cash Offer Plus stories. This one's in Woodland Hills. This was Abelard Street. The seller needed to move quickly to Minnesota. He knew that the property had a lot of potential. It was in a great location. It was just really dated. Now, it was a big property, which meant that it needed a lot of work. We closed quickly. With the first set of proceeds, he was able to purchase in Minnesota, move on at his own pace. We brought in our vendors, spruced it up, and then it sold for almost $150,000 profit. And my favorite one is actually 1615 Victoria Avenue. This was a great Cash Offer Plus situation, beautiful property in a historic district, very dated. We did about $400,000 worth of work, and it sold for just shy of $2.6 million. So we've kind of made it really easy to submit for Cash Offer Plus. In the past, the process has been a little murky. So we built out a platform. So you're going to go to, when you're ready to submit to receive a cash offer, you would just go to lauren.cashoffer.plus and create your account. It's completely free. The code is Zoom. That's all lowercase and L and M for my initials. And you would just put in the information for the property. It comes to me, I underwrite it. If I have any questions or need a second opinion, I send it through back to my underwriting team, and they come back with a number, and I can get the proposal to you within a few hours. And last but not least, this is all of my contact information. The beauty of our program is that you do have a human being that's on the other side. So I'm here to help you. I can answer any questions you or the sellers may have. I do Zoom calls, I do 3-way conference calls, really whatever you need, I'm at your disposal. So I really look forward to working with you soon. And I'm not sure if we have time for any questions, but I'm more than happy to answer a few.
Yeah, we probably got a couple of minutes. How many of you guys have clients that need help with stuff like this before listing? Pretty much all of them, right? This is such a cool, valuable service. Lauren, I have a question. In your experience, do clients typically net more by going with this program versus, putting it on the open market? Because I know there are several fees and additional costs associated with Zoom Casa.
That's a great question. I've seen that, yes, when the circumstances are lined up, and also if there is an opportunity that we can increase the value. So if the property just maybe needs a little TLC, it hasn't been touched in 40 years. That's when we can really, do minor or major renovations, and then the increase in value kind of offsets our fees. That's our goal.
Got it. Anyone else have questions? Do you guys do bigger stuff like a roof replacement or things like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
for both pre-sale home prep and cash offer plus. So think about anything that may come up in an inspection report, even after the property, is under contract. That's when we can
Mhm.
come in and, handle those repairs up front. That way you're not looking at buyer's credits.
Got it. Awesome. Anyone online have questions for Lauren? No? Amazing. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate
Yes.
you coming out today.
Thank you so much. I look forward to working with y'all soon, and I hope you have a great week.
You too.
Thanks.
All right. Schwartz. Is Schwartz on the Zoom? David there? No, I don't think he's here. Well, yeah, Schwartz probably getting ready for his brokers. It looks like he's got an off market in Hollywood. Okay. 6,500.
Hey, John, the audio went out on your guys' end, at least for me.
Hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Can hear you now.
All right. I was just going through that. Where did you guys get it cut off?
I think you need to.
Start at the top. So Schwartz has a new off-market listing in the Hollywood Riviera. It is 5412 Calle de Arboles, as you can see, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,730 square feet. And it is offered as is. So it's allowing you to shape the property to your specifications. No hillside overlay. So you get to enjoy greater flexibility in the development and remodeling plans and exceptional potential. Ideal for buyers or builders seeking a project with substantial upside in the highly desirable area. Hollywood Riviera charm, experience the unique ambiance of the Riv, characterized by its less eucalyptus groves and friendly neighbors. This rare opportunity presents a unique opportunity to invest in this highly sought after community. Price to be determined. So, yeah, that's amazing. If you guys have any off market buyers looking for something off market, or maybe an investor looking for a flip opportunity, it's probably a good thing for that. So reach out to Schwartz. All right, onward. Closings, got Stephen Haw on Ocean Terrace Drive. Congrats, Stephen. And another one on Ocean Air. I think Cindy was involved on those two as well. Congratulations, Haw team. Rubina on 77th place in LA for 1.4. Congrats, Rubina. And Mark Annell on Victoria Street in Carson for 550. Congratulations, you guys. Young with 2. She's got Quail Creek here in Laguna Hills and LeBlanc Place in RPV. Congrats, Young. Nice job. Rubina on Nadine Circle in Torrance for 601. Congrats, Rubina. You're on fire. And Rocio in Wilmington. Congrats, Rocio. And Rod Yoon on Western. Congratulations, Rod. All right, new listings. Yangjing has one at 2 Harbors. Yangjing, are you on the Zoom? No? Or I think this is a price reduction. She's reduced price from down to 7.4. And then Stephen Haw has a new listing here on PV Drive West. Is that a price reduction or is that a new listing? Price reduction, sorry. He's down to 4.195 now. And then new listing, this one's new. Schwartz has this one on Birchfield. He's open today for Brokers Open. Go visit Schwartz. And Thomas Pack has one on Walnut in Torrance. That one's just reduced as well to 1.195. Brianna Davis over in Gardena. Brand new listing for $975. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. Congrats, Brianna. And then Andrew Flores has one on 247th place in Harbor City. This is a great little pocket of Harbor City. Just sold one over there too. So go visit Andrew this weekend. That one shouldn't go quick. Stephen Hawes got another one in Torrance on 190th Street. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,310 square feet. Well, that looks like a deal at $695. And then Lori and David, this is one we just spoke about over in PV Shores. Rubina, are you on the call? Rubina's got a new one in Hawthorne, or on Hawthorne in Torrance, rather. Looks like a condo, 2-bed, 2-bath, 910 square feet, and listed at $655. Also a really good price there. Rocio or Sophia, are you guys on? No, they've got one on Larkspur in Lake Elsinore. I don't even know where Lake Elsinore is. You guys know where Lake Elsinore is? Looks like a beautiful house though. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,400 square feet for $599. Brianna Davis has another new listing. Actually, no, sorry, this is a price reduction on Blue Lupine Circle in Grand Terrace for down to $535 now. Josh and Betty. Is Josh here? He was. Betty, are you on? They've got a new lease. Oh.
Yeah, I was just going to say Betty is, I think, still overseas.
Oh, okay. Josh and Betty have this one on a Hilltop Circle and RPV lease for $5,680. Ella Zhang, are you on? Ella's got this lease in Torrance for $4,800. That looks like a really good deal for a house in that neighborhood. It's a really highly sought after neighborhood. Natsko, here's one in San Pedro. Those are those brand new townhomes that were built on Hornet, $4,800 a month. And then Lauren on Jefferson Street in Torrance for $4,600. Let's see. Young has another lease in Torrance on Huber for $4,000. That looks also like a really good deal. 3-bed, 2-bath. And then Young's got another one on Alhambra Terrace in Harbor City, or Abraham Terrace in Harbor City for $3,970. Young's on fire. Another one in LA, $2,800. It looks like it's downtown LA. Reach out to her. Yep. All right. Congrats everyone on all the listings. Looks like everyone's busy out there. Upcoming events and classes. John, you want to tell everyone about this?
Yeah, so every month, third Thursday, we are doing the AI Agent Collective. It's not really a class. It is basically a mastermind. So Grant's been coming in and been really great. A lot of the agents that have come to this have really walked away with a lot. And I think that, shoot, the last couple, we've probably had more agents from outside of KW at this mastermind than we do at KW. So this is open to everybody. And basically, we just go over tools and strategies and ways to incorporate AI into our businesses a little bit more. So I would highly encourage you guys to come to this. This is not going away. This is going to be an important part of all of our businesses. And the faster you learn how to utilize this, I think the better off that we'll all be. You know, one of the things, I was teaching a class a while back on this for the board. And as ridiculous as it sounds, you know, right when cell phones got launched, it was like, okay, do I really need this? Well, today I don't think anybody could imagine themselves not being able to operate their businesses without using a cell phone. Same thing when the internet got launched. Same thing when social media got launched. I think that we're at a pivotal time in real estate, and a few short years from now, there's going to be people that are going to say, I couldn't operate my business without this. So the sooner you can get ahead of the curve, I think the better. And that's what we do for about 45 minutes, third Thursday every month.
Amazing. Yeah, John's so knowledgeable in all this stuff. So please attend. And if you have friends or someone from a different brokerage that you think would find this valuable, please invite them to come by as well. Love to get full room here if we can. That's on June 19th. Okay, should we do it on the 20th or the
July 17th?
July 17th is the next one, so there's none in June. All right, softball, the best day of the year here, June 13th. It's was it 2 weeks away, Friday, and it's all day. So if you guys want to play on the team, you got to attend a practice and kind of try out. There's I think a couple of spots left, and those practices are when, Daniel? Thursdays? Every Thursday at Wilson Park at 5 p.m. So bring your glove and bat and show up for that. Yeah, it's a super fun day, and we want to win and take home the trophy this year. So, all right, Grant Luna, come on up.
All right. Title items that we're wanting to help you out with. What's that? Yeah, there you go. I wanted to talk about, is this the microphone here? Cool. Talk about something that we can help with when we're working with you on the buy side transactions. I know a lot of the times title is directed by the listing side, but there are times where you as a buyer, especially in situations where maybe the listing's been sitting on the market for a while, have a little bit more leverage, and maybe you can choose your preferred partners. So just wanted to talk about a package that we can put together for you when we are able to work with you on the buy side on the title, and that would be a buyer closing package. So since we are working with your buyer, we did create the title policy. We would put together a really nice package for you that you can give to your clients. That way they have a lot of the resources they need for that move-in process. So I'm passing around a sample here. Here's kind of a sample of what it looks like, a nice buyer closing package. Some of the things it comes with, it'll have their actual grant deed. So they kind of have this permanent record of their ownership and what that looks like on title. We'll also put together a utilities flyer for that city. So wherever they're moving into, it's going to have the various utility providers, even down to like the school district's number, et cetera, what the unified school district is, so they can easily reach out to them. We'd also put together like a nice estimated tax profile there, so they would see what their new tax bill would look like, all the way down to like an itemized list of what's included in their property tax bill, so they can be aware of like Melrose taxes that are in the area, can do a little bit more digging and see how long those are associated. These are nice too. We'll put together like public schools reports. So let's say they're moving into a brand new area. It's going to list out all of the public schools. It'll even talk about like student teacher ratio and test scores, whatnot. So you have, the number on the utilities provider of the school district, but then it'll break it down amongst, all the schools and private schools too. So it'll talk about the distance from that property, the grades of those schools, student teacher ratios, et cetera. And then lastly, we'll actually include the title policy itself. So we'll talk about what's included in their title insurance coverage, what's excluded from coverage. So they always have a permanent record of things that impact their title moving forward. So whenever you get the chance, if you're in a situation, you can write us in. So it's in the backside. There's flyers here for everyone that's at the meeting today, where it shows you exactly how you can write us in. If you're ever in a situation, like I said, where you have a little bit more leverage, of course, I wouldn't, recommend if it's like, super hot listing, 5 offers. I don't recommend, and I don't want, in a position where you're writing an offer where you're getting countered on items, but just maybe in situations where you have a little bit more leverage on the buy side, it's always helpful. And for like the utilities provider, I wanted to show that you can still get these things yourself. So like, let's say you just wanted a quick like utilities for a client. We have this site available on our website, and I'll email the information to everyone, so you have the website link and like the login information. But we have this resources page here, and one of them is called SoCal Utilities, right here in the middle of the page. So this is a great site where, like, let's say you have a client that's moving to another county and you wanted to give them these flyers. So I can come in here, Uh-oh, I got logged out, but I can just come in here. The username is SoCal Utils. Like I said, I'll share this with the office. Y'all have this. The password is Fidelity. Type it really quick. So once you're signed in, you have all of the counties in Southern California here. So if I was in Los Angeles and I have a client moving maybe to Baldwin Hills, I can just come in here and click on that. Now I have a nice Baldwin Hills service directory for that client. So this is a free website they have all access to. I'll send you the information. So even if we're not on the buy side together and you just wanted to get a really nice flyer to put that package together, you have all of those for Southern California. And then lastly, I sent an email out last week. I know we're like almost halfway through the year, so maybe some people wanted to revamp their farming strategy this year moving forward. So I sent out an email with some like top ways to create a farm that I'll actually be doing a class on this Friday on Zoom. So I'll just kind of be going over our farming platform. I'll show you some of the ways that you can create a farm just based off of like areas or certain property types, or being able to create areas based off of where a lot of sales are happening, or basically based off of like subdivisions and see high performing subdivision areas. So just kind of like a way to kickstart your farming, and I'll show the features that are included in our app as well. So that's pretty much it today. There's a sample here. And then if you're at the office sometime soon for those at Zoom, you'll see the resources that I shared. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Awesome. Do you guys find that valuable? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, part of, big part of what we do is provide great service for our clients. So if we've got those tools where we can show them their title policy and the breakdown of their taxes and all of that stuff as a part of the transaction. And then we always, I know I'm probably not the only one here, but we're always trying to figure out who the utility providers are, right before we close to get those utilities transferred. So that's a good thing to add to your escrow checklist if you've got one. All right. Next meeting. Oh yeah, maybe John, you could probably help me with this too. But next week we have our regional director, our new regional director, who's Richard Schulman. If you guys are familiar with Richard, he's kind of like a Keller Williams icon. He's been the top agent in Los Angeles area for, I don't know, 25 years or so. And he runs a big team up on the west side. And he's coming to our office on Tuesday for the office meeting to talk about his new role and see how he can best help us get more business here.
Yeah, it's kind of new, but not new. Richard's been regional director for the West LA region for a bit. Keller Williams is kind of consolidating the regions. So eventually West LA is going to recombine with LA Coastal like we did before. So Richard's not new to the role, just he's incorporating the LA Coastal region, which our market center is located in that region, and doesn't really affect the agents. It's more of a KWI operational thing, with the exception of that because Keller Williams is combining these regions together. One of the things Richard's really big on is training and events. So the impact that it's going to have on you guys as the agents, and he'll talk about this a little bit next week, is going to be there's going to start being a lot more regional training opportunities to go to trainings from the region, and a lot more events. The regions will typically bring in like a lot of the bigger speakers from outside the area. So I know that one of the ones that we're working on right now is to bring Jeff Glover in, which Jeff's one of the top agents probably in the world, let alone Keller Williams. So just better opportunities for you guys, I believe, with Richard coming in to take the RD role on. I really want to give him a warm welcome. So if you guys can at all be, especially for those of you guys that like to hop in on Zoom, if you guys can physically be in the market center so next week, so we could wish Richard a welcome to the region. He's going to do some really great things for us. And he's not going to really necessarily just come in and talk for a little bit. He's wants to like teach too. So next week's format for the team meeting is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to go over a lot of the stuff that we normally go over. We're going to have a sponsor for breakfast, basically talk a little bit about their service, and then pretty much the entire rest of the time, Richard's going to be going over how to be more productive with you guys and some of the things that he does. Probably my favorite thing about him is that in a lot of metropolitan areas, not just LA, but a lot of metropolitan areas, a lot of times agents will sit there and say, hey, you know, a lot of this KW stuff, some of the models and systems that, you know, some of that stuff doesn't really work here. Well, Richard is the living proof that that's not really the case, because Richard follows the models as closely as anybody that I've ever seen. And I know a lot of people across Keller Williams land. And there's not many agents and none that really come to my mind that are selling, you know, over 100 houses a year in our area. Richard's team does, because he follows the models and they work. And he typically operates out of Santa Monica. So price point wise, all of that kind of stuff, not so different than where we're at either. So it's just, I think, a really great opportunity for you guys to learn how a top producer that operates the models and systems can do big things in our neck of the woods. And that's what to me makes Richard really valid. Is it's one thing if, you know, we bring somebody in that's doing, you know, a lot of this stuff that lives in, say, North Dakota, but to see somebody who's operating like that in our neighborhood is pretty exciting. So really great opportunity for you guys, and can't encourage you enough to make sure that we pack that room next week.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Yeah, Richard's great. He's hilarious as well. So he'll be a fun meeting.
Yeah, you'll get some laughs for sure. He likes to joke.
Yeah. All right. Other
right,
than
guys.
that, I think we're good. Thank you all. Thanks, John. And
Thank you.
go out there and have an awesome day.
All right. Thanks, guys.